Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, King Charles and his consort are touring Australia, and yesterday there was an incident. Lidia Thorpe, who took the invite to an event celebrating the King where he was going to give a speech, and instead chose to turn her back on him and then turn towards him and start heckling him, yelling at him, swearing at him, and she was escorted from the venue. It's become an international incident. It's an international embarrassment, much like a certain breakdancer recently. It's nothing but an embarrassment to the country. And to be clear, there are issues with the Aboriginal people not having equality in our country and having to deal with a lot of racism and issues, but she didn't address or advance any of those. She just threw out a bunch of out-of-date buzzwords, colonialism, accused the King of stealing Aboriginal skulls, and just, aside from mentioning a treaty, she didn't mention anything contemporary or relevant or productive. She didn't do anything to help the Aboriginal people. She just made them look bad. It's embarrassing to them as well. It makes it harder for them to actually speak and get time or attention, because now today we're not talking about the plight of the Aboriginal people and if the government can do more to help them. We're talking about Lidia Thorpe and should she resign or should she be fired, or did she do anything wrong, or is she actually fighting for a cause? Like, it's all about her, and that's what she wanted. She did this just to get attention for herself. She collects her $250,000 paycheck just to get attention for herself and to promote herself. As far as I know, she doesn't do anything to actually help the Aboriginal people. As far as I know, she doesn't do anything other than promote herself. And like I said, it's not helpful. It doesn't do anything. Today, the King went to Redfern and went to a couple of places that are run by or for Aboriginal people, and she could have put her energy into being at one of those places and actually met him and spoke to him and confronted him with actual real issues. But she didn't choose to do that. She chose to show up at an event for him in a costume, put on a performance for attention for herself, instead of actually making sure to be there on the ground when he was in the Aboriginal community talking to their leaders, so she could actually put things to him that would actually help or could be helpful. So she's just there for herself, in my opinion. She just wants attention. She's just promoting herself. She doesn't advance anything. All she does is perpetuate the trope of the angry black person that can't be reasoned with, so why try, which just makes it easier for racists to look at Aboriginal people and believe the negative things that they already believe about them. She just feeds into that, and she doesn't help anyone, and it's just embarrassing and sad. And I wasn't going to comment on it until I saw what the response from the Aboriginal community was, which is basically, for the most part, condemnation. There are a few random people they got on the street say, "Yeah, go my sister," but they weren't exactly involved in the side of the community that actually does anything. As far as I could tell, they were just random people on the street. So the people actually involved in the community and that are not impressed, particularly because all they got all day was questions about Lidia Thorpe instead of actual questions and actual issues that the Aboriginal community deals with and needs addressed. So yeah, she didn't help. She just made things worse. It's all about her. It's embarrassing, it's sad, and I had to comment on it, and now I'm done. So feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this person. Do they do any good? Now, she can't be fired because she's voted in, but I don't think she should be allowed into certain events because she's only there for that reason, just to disrupt them and insult people. And she, protest really doesn't achieve anything. You need to actually address the actual issues in the areas where things can actually be done, not just put on a show. Some would argue it does bring attention to those issues, but normally it just brings attention to the person and, doesn't actually address the issues, like in this case where she was yelling and screaming things that had nothing to do with contemporary issues of Aboriginal people or contemporary concerns of Aboriginal people. From what I hear from the Aboriginal community in interviews and so forth, I'm not a member myself, so I can't speak for them. I can just comment on what they are saying and what I'm seeing them say in the media. But I'm going to go. Did I already say comment, like, subscribe, all the usual stuff. Bye.